I was walking home from work, tired from a long day, my mind drifting through emails, errands, and dinner plans. The street was quiet, the faint hum of traffic in the distance. And then I saw her, my wife, laughing, leaning close to another man on our front porch. I froze. My coffee cup trembled in my hand, and for a moment I couldn't breathe. I didn't yell. I didn't charge at her. I just stood there watching. The intimacy between them was subtle. Just a touch, a shared glance, but it was enough. Enough to make the world feel smaller, heavier, darker. Enough to make me realize that the woman I had trusted with everything had chosen secrecy over honesty. Weeks before, I had noticed the small things, the tiny cracks in our life together. Missed calls, half-hearted explanations, sudden trips that weren't mentioned until the last minute. She would laugh when I asked questions, brush off concerns, insist I was imagining things. And at first I believed her. I wanted to believe her. But the intuition that had been gnawing at me refused to quiet down. Then came the day that broke the illusion completely. I was sitting on the couch, scrolling through my phone, when I noticed a message flash on the screen she had carelessly left unlocked. It was from him. Words that belonged in whispers and private moments. Can't wait to see you tonight. I miss you. Something in my chest twisted. I felt anger, disbelief, heartbreak all at once. I stared at the message, my mind refusing to process the betrayal fully. I wanted to deny it, to pretend it was a mistake, some harmless flirtation. But deep down I knew the truth. That night I confronted her. I didn't scream. I didn't accuse. I simply said, I saw the messages. She froze. Her eyes widened, and I could see the panic flashing across her face. I didn't think you'd ever see them, she whispered. There it was, the truth in her voice, raw and unguarded. She had assumed I wouldn't notice, wouldn't care, wouldn't come back to this place where reality hit hard. But I did. I cared. I had returned to a betrayal I never thought I'd witness firsthand. Over the next few days the house felt suffocating. Every laugh, every touch, every shared memory now carried an undertone of deceit. The scent of her perfume on the couch, the dishes she had left in the sink, even the sound of her voice calling me from the bedroom, they all became reminders of what had been hidden in plain sight. I tried to make sense of it. I asked myself how long it had been going on, why she had risked everything, and whether our years together meant anything at all. My mind went through a relentless loop of memories, analyzing every smile, every late-night text, every seemingly innocent excuse. What had been love felt like a fragile illusion. Finally, I realized I had to decide. I could continue to live in suspicion and pain, or I could confront her fully and demand honesty, even if the truth hurt more than I could bear. We sat across from each other at the kitchen table, the silence heavy, broken only by the distant hum of the refrigerator. I looked into her eyes and said, I need to know everything. No lies, no excuses. She hesitated, then began to speak, her voice trembling. She admitted the affair. Not in detail, not to hurt me, but with a confession that seemed more for her own relief than for my comfort. She cried, explaining her loneliness, her mistakes, and the reckless way she had sought attention and validation elsewhere. I listened. The hurt was raw, but I also felt a strange clarity. For the first time I realized that this wasn't just about her betrayal. It was about my response to it, about reclaiming my life and my dignity. I didn't shout. I didn't beg. I simply said, I loved you with everything I had, but I can't stay in a life built on lies. Packing my things was quieter than I expected. I left her a note. I hope you find yourself, but I need to find my peace. Goodbye. Walking away was one of the hardest things I've ever done. The pain was sharp, suffocating, yet beneath it, there was a strange sense of liberation. I had chosen myself in a moment when I could have clung to what was familiar, even if it was poisoned. Weeks later, I sit in a small apartment filled with my own things, my own space. I still think about her, about what we shared, about the laughter and love that once felt unbreakable. But those memories no longer control me. They are lessons, reminders of trust, honesty, and the courage to walk away when love is not enough. If there's one truth I've learned, it's this. Betrayal doesn't define you. Your reaction to it does. Strength isn't in clinging to someone who has broken you. It's in quietly, firmly reclaiming yourself.